What's up, everybody? This is Terry Smith giving an informative speech on the history of tattoos. Thank you for watching. I vividly remember the first time that I got a tattoo. I was 14 years old. The tattoo artist in the room offered if anyone else wanted a tattoo. I quickly volunteered. That was my moment. That was over 18 years ago. And while the ink from that tattoo slightly fades, the memory of it is just as permanent as the day that it was tattooed on my skin. Getting a tattoo, though, is not for everyone. Some people love the pleasure and the pain associated with getting a tattoo. Others despise it and fear it. They hate needles. They don't want anything to do with getting a tattoo. Luckily, I'm not here to convince you. Tattoos themselves have earned a very important spot at the table of human history. By the time my speech is done, you'll know more about the history of tattoos, why people got them, and some of the perceived notions of them as far as the past and the present are concerned. Tattoos are not a new trend. They've been around for over thousands upon thousands of years. But why? We'll get into that. According to research presented by Victoria Frequentese, evidence of tattoo paraphernalia dated back to over 40,000 years ago. That's the Upper Paleolithic era, the era of Fred Flintstone. Shouts out to Fred. Everybody say hi. But it wasn't until Otzi the Iceman was discovered, who was a warrior from the Bronze Age. He carbon dated back to being over 5,300 years old. Wow. So now that we've covered that, we're going to move on to what was the meaning of some of the tattoos that people in the past got. Tattoos were not just a pastime. When you had a tattoo back in those prehistoric times, it meant something of relevance. Most likely, it was to represent a religious deity, such as what you find in India or what you would have found in ancient Egypt. Or also, it would have been to signify property ownership, such as the master-slave relationship. Or also, tattoos had medical significance, which was for reasons of performing acupuncture or relieving pressure points. So those are some very interesting points as far as to why people got tattoos. Moving forward, we'll discuss the tattoo perception and culture. Are tattoos taboo? Tattoos nowadays do have a stigma associated with them. Some people fear getting tattoos because they wonder what people will think of them. Will it ruin their chances for employment? Pop culture has this way of showing tattoos in a negative light. People associated with living a hedonistic lifestyle, gang culture, violence, bikers. A good example of this was presented by CBS Local New York when Tokidoki Barbie was released by Mattel. For adult collectors only, parents still did not hesitate to express their feelings of how tattoos would affect their children. A quote from one parent reads such as, "I don't think it's appropriate for little girls to have Barbies with tattoos all over them." Another parent said, "It's not good. It's just no good." Due to tattoos, people have lost jobs, including myself. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, Edward Rangel versus Red Robin, was an article that was presented on their website. In that article, it entailed how Edward Rangel was discriminated by Red Robin, his employer, and fired over tattoos of his. Edward tried to explain to them that the tattoos have religious significance, but they fired him anyway. He won a religious discrimination lawsuit against Red Robin Incorporated for $150,000. But more importantly, Red Robin agreed to change the way that they hired people and perceived tattoos in general. So that overall was a victory. Some final thoughts, and to wrap this up, is whether or not you plan to get a tattoo, understanding the history of them can help you and others around you in so many ways. Maybe one day you'll take a trip to Indigenous Australia and you'll see someone covered in tattoos and you won't be scared. You'll understand that it's just tribal art. Or when you go to the Starbucks and you notice the barista behind the counter checking you out with tattoos covered all over her arms, that she's not a drug addict, that she's just someone making a living and expressing herself through her art. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, and have a great day.